So, people, we are here. Whew. We spent a lot of time, Mr. Harvey and I, putting together stuff for you guys to see and stuff on this show. I was up last night until 4 o'clock this morning,
I feel you.
and I just woke up about an hour ago. So my daylight hours and everything are getting short here because I sleep all during the damn day now. I look like. But this doesn't happen all the time. But now it's some extraordinary time. These people out here are shut down, and really it hasn't affected some of us, but the federal workers and stuff out there, man, I know them people are hurting real bad. So we are putting together a lot of stuff and about it and about this money thing going on. And as we spoke yesterday and a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago and stuff, I'm still trying to find out where that $17 trillion is at. because, because Trump said it's out there. So if you say it's there, I'm gonna try to look for it. See if I find it. But so far, there's no luck. Most of the estimates and stuff is saying that the tariffs and stuff is bringing in probably 15, $20 billion and stuff a month. So I don't know where you come up with that $17 trillion. And it looks like and stuff and everything every day that we hear, even the day he started, man, he done destroyed our debt. I mean, absolutely destroyed it. And from what I've been reading and looking at and researching all these other folks out there who hold our notes and everything, we can't right now for the last couple of months and stuff. Scott Bessis has not been able to sell our notes and stuff to anybody. So I don't know what the hell's going to happen. And a lot of them, like China and Japan and stuff, they're selling their stuff off to anybody who will buy it. So it looks like the U.S. the private industry, the folks here in the United States are the only ones who are going to be able to hold on to our debt. Yeah, that we can do about that. As long as they got money and stock market's going, so I guess they got plenty of money. So, hey, folks, you out there with all that money, all them trillions of dollars sitting in you all fund accounts and everything. Hey, buy American debt, buy American debt. Oh, the state of Maryland had a conference. The governor had a conference yesterday or this morning, and he spoke about the fact that, and you know how Maryland is so close to Washington D.C. Other workers and stuff are residing in his state, that they have put together a plan to help those fellow employees to get through this shutdown. He, his own words, the governor or Westmore and stuff, he said the shutdown was necessary, that somebody ought to have been able to stop this stuff. So, and can't negotiate with somebody who don't want to talk. Anyway, he's got some plans going on, which I thought were very good and stuff and everything. He's been talking to a lot of the banks and stuff in the state of Maryland about these furloughed workers' loans and stuff that they have for their mortgages, and he's asking them to reach into whatever bag of tricks they got and everything and help these people and stuff through this hard time. He's putting out some executive orders and stuff about these folks and everything, and they're staying in apartments or whatever that they can't pay their rent. So he's asking these folks who are these companies and stuff who maintain these buildings to allow these folks and stuff to stay in their apartments, and he's not going to allow them to evict them and everything because of non-payment of rent. He's even talked to the utility companies and stuff out there to tell them that some of these folks and stuff don't have may not pay their utilities. He's also said that all the federal money that has stopped, SNAP money, the food for the kids and everything, and food, he's gonna make sure that that continues, that the state of Maryland is going to put forth whatever monies that they have and everything to make sure people can eat. So he's going all out. I thought it was a very informative news conference and everything. He's pulled together all the head of these agencies and stuff in the state of Maryland to help these people. Sounds good to me. I haven't heard of anybody else doing that, but it looks like he's becoming a very proactive governor for his people. So I'm pretty sure that he's probably going to wind up getting his second term.
Well, he got a he got a large constituents that works for the federal government.
Yep. Yes, he does.
Ed, you remember that song War? What is it good for?
Yep. Absolutely nothing.
Thank you. That was the response I wanted to give you. I want you to give me. Think about this, Ed, and it might be sort of kind of out the way, but when you look at it, and I don't know what the main goal is, and well, in a way I do, but the question is, there's war. You know, it's almost like when we had over 100 little towns and cities across America. When I say we, I'm talking about black people. And they came and burned them down and destroyed them, took people's land. And then there was the Great Migration after a few decades later. And we decided to settle in the urban areas because that's where you get a little work and you can get away from the white supremacies. Now, those people that stayed in the South all those decades from the 20s on up to now, a lot of those people are, and I'm not saying all of them, subservient to a certain degree because they know how them folks are. So, however, there are certain cities that have risen up, and not all of them have done a great job, but they've done the best they could because of most of it is because of lack of funding. And I'm thinking about Houston, I'm thinking about Dallas, I'm thinking about Chicago, I'm thinking about New York, I'm thinking about Indianapolis, I'm thinking about places like that, and on and on. It's a bunch of black mayors. Memphis, and this is a show of power and control. This is about stopping the progression of smart, intelligent people. Because when they see who their circles are and they see that they're trying to strategize and really make the city better, even though the funding and the support is not inclusive to the money that we spend, and the word is consume, because we're not getting that back into our community. Most of these corporations and franchises and what have you are surviving off of our money that we consume. We consume. I mean, if you tap that money, you know, it's pretty close to about $3 trillion, probably more when you're talking about the laundering and all that. And it keeps these people alive because we spend a lot of money at different restaurants and clothing stores and grocery stores and buying cars and what have you. So the war is against us, urban areas. Now, when you say urban areas, we are not the only people that live in those urban areas because there was one time a white flight, and now a lot of the, these educated people, other than black folks, are in the inner city as well. Just tell me, and I'm just saying, people, black people ain't got no business being out in the street, is my opinion, or protesting. This is not our fight. This is you all's white folks' fight against each other. There are people that do not want to be around black people. And there are people that know how to navigate, get along with all kinds of people. This country is a melting pot. Whether you want to like it or not, people like it or not, it is a melting pot. Although they're doing everything they can to segregate us from amongst each other. So the war is a psychological thing right now. Although they're making it physical because that's what fascists do. They their last resort is violence. But somehow we have to be smart enough not to let them use that tactic because there's a thing called martial law. And if people raise up and start rioting and what have you, that's what's going to happen. We have to use our heads. Stay at home. The best you can. Don't spend your money, or at least spend as less as you can, just the necessities. That's my opinion. This is war, and we right now we're warring against our own administration. I won't say government. I say administration, because there are good people still that's working for the government that want to do the right things, and they just holding on because they feel they're doing God's work. But my suggestion: stay at home. Don't get involved in this stuff. Call your congressman, call your senator, call whoever you can, your state representatives. Do everything like that. Support these NGOs, these nonprofit organizations. But right now, this is the white folks' fight. They got to get out in the street. They see prices are up everywhere. They see that your insurance is going to go up. That's a big cost. See, it's two different costs that most of us have to pay for. That's cars and living. And then that insurance, health insurance. Because you got to protect yourself. You get sick, you get called in the hospital, you got to make sure you got adequate insurance because that can break you. You go to the doctor and you're in the hospital for 4 or 5 days, that might be $20,000. This is why the Democrats are fighting so hard to keep your insurance so that you don't get $100,000 bill that you could never pay for. This is war, and you have to stand strong. And it was just talking about what the Maryland's governor is doing, and not only that, but people on their own should be helping those people that need help and get through this, because this might be it might end this week, but it might not end until next month. It might go on even longer than that. We don't know. But I know it's going to be a lot of people suffering now. But if they don't hold their line, it's going to be way more suffering. Because you think he's going to stop eliminating jobs and firing people? No, I don't think so. That's on the agenda. Firing people and replacing them. That's on the agenda already. So hold on. That's all I got to tell people. Just hold on. Let these Democrats, and I think they're doing the right thing. Just hold on. Do everything you can to hold on. I know it's hard, especially if you got small kids, you working, you got mortgage to pay, you got a car note to pay. You might have elderly parents that need care. But you got to think more than just today or tomorrow. You got to look at 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Hold on. I just wanted to say that.
Hmm. uh, you had mentioned something about how folks out there are separating us in our in society, and something popped up in my mind here that I was reading and stuff last night. Uh, I usually, like I started out talking in our when we came online and saying that we spent a lot of time and stuff dealing with this with news and stuff out there, and something happened and stuff there. This gentleman and stuff in New York who was running for mayor, and from all whatever the news agencies and stuff out there says he probably going to win the New York mayoral election. Uh, but one of the things and stuff that he spoke about on, I don't know if he did it on the View or if he did it and stuff just offhandedly, but he said one of the things that he is going to do is that he was going to shut down these supposed schools and everything that were based upon um, academics, those high academic schools and everything. And the reason why he said he's going to do it and everything is because he says that these these schools and stuff that they have out there that the city is promoting are creating segregation with the students, the school kids. They are being segregated. But he wants to shut them down, and he wants to be able. I guess what he probably wants to do and everything, still have high achieving schools and everything, but make sure that um, there is an equality and stuff. they're involved in it. Now I know some of the people there in New York when they heard that and everything, he said this is what he want to do if he becomes mayor. Probably are very very upset about the fact that he's talking about shutting these schools down. So if he does win the mayor election, I hope he does do that and everything. And I'm gonna be very interested in seeing what sort of proposal that he's going to make and everything for the schools and stuff and everything because he's probably right. Those high performing schools usually are segregated. Very few people of color and stuff go to these schools. It's mostly white, and I'm pretty sure that it was set up that way, segregate our children. So I wanted to bring that up, let folks know and stuff that there are some folks out there and stuff who are very progressive about some things and stuff, and they're looking at some of these little smaller items that most of us don't look at because we all want to have high achieving schools and everything. But when you uh, try to get a high achieving schools and then you start creating a segregated environment and everything, then there's a balance that you're going to have to make. Yesterday, Ted, I said something to you about Qatar and that Trump had set out an executive order saying that he was going to treat uh, Qatar like the UN and stuff treats their member nations, except for some slight things that he couldn't do. And I was laughing about it, saying that if I was Qatar, there's no way in the world I'd believe him in what he was saying. Well, just so happened that uh, old BB was close by Donald, and Donald made a phone call to Qatar, to the king or wherever he is, the foreign minister and everything, and he made BB apologize for bombing Qatar. So the country of Qatar, I guess, is very happy about that because they have never had anything like that happen before. So evidently, Donald is pulling some strings here and everything, and I wouldn't, I wouldn't have, in my first imagination, would have thought that BB would have uh, got on the phone and apologized and stuff for what the heck happened because he's so daggone arrogant about everything that that he does. After that apology and everything, there were several people and stuff in Israel, including their defense minister and a couple other ministers and everything, knew about this bombing that Bibi had decided to do. To Qatar had spoke up and said they had told him not to do that, and he went against their wishes and went head on and went over there and bombed Qatar because they knew that there was going to be some backlash and stuff from it. And now I guess that backlash is coming. So very interesting that old arrogant BB decided he wanted to apologize. Evidently, Trump must have some big stuff over his head. Had to bring that up because I was laughing about that, saying that I wouldn't do it. But my opinion and stuff is that, man, I just it just blew my mind that he done that. I would never thought that he would have did that. And then to find out that he had some folks and stuff in his cabinet and everything that told him before he did it not to do it. So whatever else is going on, I have no idea. But that was very interesting. And some of the other Middle Eastern countries and stuff around him were also very pleased and stuff that Trump had done that. But Trump did that because it's a personal thing to him because he's got some money over there that he's got, and Qatar was the one that gave him that plane. he got a lot of investments over there in the Middle East, buddy, and you don't want those investments to get thrown out the window here and everything. It's a personal thing with him. I thought I would bring that up. What else? Oh man, here we are finding out that every day that this man, his prejudice and stuff and everything goes, I mean, way out the window. I know you saw the AI assisted video that he had done, and he didn't do it to Schumer, did it to Hakeem. Speaks loudly about what he thinks and everything about people of color, that he wanted to denigrate this black man. And he didn't say anything. And he let Schumer just sit down there and had his regular face there. And he asked the White House folks and stuff to put that thing on a loop so people can see it all the time, constantly and stuff there in the White House. I thought that was some of the most ugliest crap in the world that he had done. Now, I'm not very enamored and stuff with Hakeem, but I thought this was awfully nasty and stuff that he had done that. Awfully nasty. So we are seeing and stuff that this man and stuff has no, and we as black folks, and I see what you were saying, that we need to let those folks and stuff get out there and do what they have to do, because I'm pretty sure, Ted, if any of us went out there in mass, we'd probably be locked up.
Oh yeah.
He'd lock us up. So you white people out there who listen to the show, we can't be out there. We can't be out there. There is, plus it the fight is ours, but it's also you all's. You all have a huge investment and stuff in this and everything. So if you guys go out there, hit the streets, he's not going to do what he would do if black folks and stuff went out there, people of color went out there. As we can see right now, how he is taking the military, sending them to these cities and stuff and everything with people of color, putting the military on them. Almost to the point and stuff when I remember Mayor Daley and stuff did in 1968, the Democratic National Convention and stuff, when he told the police and stuff, shoot to kill. He's telling his military, shoot them. Shoot them.
And we know that if that happens, it can be set it off. And we don't have control of every black person in the country. And there's always some people that's going to get so up. I mean, I'm angry too. I'm upset too. There will be a lot of people that will respond. But this is not a race thing, in my opinion. This is a moral character thing. Do we have some bad people in our race? Yeah. Criminals just like every other race. but they have denigrated us so much. And that's why it's so surprising, and maybe because it was live, that people had some semblance of compassion and empathy for black people when George Floyd got killed. Because he got killed right on live TV. Now, he's not the only one that got killed on live TV now. You remember that guy in Detroit for a traffic stop? Ran from the police, the guy shot him in the back. Name was Scott. You remember that guy in New Orleans? Police shot him right in the stomach and the chest. They was wrestling and tussling. He pulled out his gun and shot him, killed. Remember that guy that was standing in New York, big heavy set guy? They choked him to death. The thing is when you outnumbered and outgunned, 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna win, bro. You just gotta submit and go on about it because they got the upper hand.
Well, I want our Caucasian audience or whatever to understand that we support you. It's just that it's not feasible and everything for us to come out there and everything in mass because it will ignite something that you and everybody else out there do not want to see. And this man and stuff has been known to exploit situations and stuff that is nowhere near what he's saying. He's sending troops and stuff into our cities and stuff, into our major cities. And most of these cities and stuff that he's sending these troops into are governed by black folks, people
Yeah,
of
he's going
color.
to black neighborhoods.
Right. They're governed by people of color. So he's not saying anything, but he is that is his purpose. He's gonna deal with these black folks. He's
And you
gonna
have a
deal
lot
with
of those people, those folks, they laughing and hee haw, he. They happy about it, some of those folks. And then you have those folks that, oh, it ain't my problem, I mean, I feel sorry for them, but they keep it moving.
hmm
And then you have some folks, hey, they ready to lay down their life or do what they got to do because they don't like what they see. They just for righteous. They for fairness. They for justice. Got a lot of white folks like that. However, we need y'all to step up in the millions, not in the thousands, in the millions. Because one thing for sure, you ain't shooting down no white folks.
You're not gonna do that. That's not gonna happen. He may arrest him, but he's not gonna shoot him down. Um, we talked about these bailout stuff that's supposed to be going on with these farmers here in the Midwest. So far, nobody's came to their rescue, and and to this point, I don't believe that Trump is going to do anything to bail these farmers and stuff out. So you farmers out there in the Midwest, you guys on your own. You all going to have to figure out how you all going to get out of this mess and stuff because I don't see Donald Trump, even though you all voted for him, and there are so many progressive news folks out there and everything that says you guys created this mess yourself because you are out there voting Republican. They are dogging you out real bad. You created that. And some of them are saying that the next election you're going to vote Republican again. That's a sad epitaph to know that you're going to continue to allow somebody to screw you real bad. and you can't help yourself. I don't know who's gonna help you.
Well,
And,
Ed, the Treasury Secretary, heard it come out of his mouth.
yep,
He said, we got to do something about these farmers and help them out and bail them out. That's what the Treasury Secretary said.
have they done anything?
Not yet.
Okay. Now, remember what I said the last time? I said a couple of weeks ago when Donald Trump did it in 2018. He didn't ask nobody for nothing. He gave that money to these people. Gave them that money. He didn't even ask nobody for nothing. He didn't ask those Congress people. He didn't ask the senators to do anything at all. He just turned around and put that money out there. But this time he hasn't done that. I don't believe he's going to bail them out. I believe he's just paying lip service and everything to it and letting his cabinet folks and everything say what they're going to do. But, but don't listen to what they say. Listen to what they do. Now, we all know that uh, the Ag Secretary and Scott Bessent and stuff have been communicating with each other. And I guess Scott Bessent, he's a lot of times he's kind of a little off there and he gets a little lackadaisical about his security and everything. And one of those photographers and everything took a picture of his phone. There was a email and stuff on there that they read. These cameras and stuff are very, very, very powerful. And they read everything that was in there. Anyway, the Ag Secretary had sent the email to them saying that you guys are over there bailing out Argentina, and Argentina then turn around and everything after you gave them that money, and they undercut your butt, our farmers and stuff, by selling grain to China.
And they
She was
got plenty of
asking,
soybeans.
yeah, they actually and she was asking her why we doing it. Said they're going to have to come up with something to tell these farmers and stuff and everything that they've been that he's bailing out Argentina, but he hasn't bailed them out. Now he didn't ask nobody about giving Argentina that daggone money, did he? He said I'm going to give him that money, and he gave it to him. He ain't asked no senator. He ain't asked no congressman. He ain't asked the majority leader of the Senate. He ain't asked the Speaker of the House. He ain't asked nobody. He just told them, give them that money. And they did. That's why I'm saying to you and stuff and to the audience out there that if Trump wanted to bail them people out, they would have been bailed out now. I don't believe he's going to bail them out. I believe he's just playing lip service and he's letting his cabinet members and stuff dangling them out there like he usually does and make them defend them, saying, yes, we're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of you. And he's not doing it. And he's going to keep on trying to placate them as long as they sitting out there saying something.
Well, let me just say this. Where are we? Are we what, 38 now or 39 billion in debt now? Something like that?
Well, I don't know if we reached the 38 trillion yet.
Trillion. I keep
Yeah,
saying billion, because trillion is a lot of money.
yeah,
But when we're talking that much debt that had accumulated really in the last 25 years,
yeah.
and we have bailed out banks, we bailed out farmers, we bailed out car dealerships, auto factories, we've bailed out just about everybody. Gave money to reparations to all kinds of people.
Hmm.
And I don't know how true this is, but I ran across something about Putin. He said the United States trying to take the cryptocurrency and coins and want to convert their debt.
Yep, I heard that.
Yeah, and so now I've said this before. American people, white folks, most of them doing okay. you know. And however, there's a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, I ain't talking about brown people because brown people didn't start coming to this country in masses. And when I say brown people, I'm talking about Latino people, and this is nothing against them, but this is a fact. There were only 20 million Latino people in this country. That's including Puerto Ricans, Cubans, El Salvadorians, Guatemalans, and on and on. Mexicans. These people have raised up. Now they're over 125 to 150 million strong in this country. Now, when President Obama was in office, he deported hundreds of thousands of them. Got so bad they started calling him deporter in chief. But he did it civilly. You got this guy running around where he can control the money, and he probably getting a piece of it, $150 billion. President Obama didn't do all that. So I'm just saying, the thing is that a lot of these people have just got off the boat. A lot of them are undocumented, and a lot of them are legitimate American citizens. Work hard. A lot of them have been in the military. They've been here 20, 30, 50, 60 years. But they still identify as Mexicans. And yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Or whatever country they came from. But you are an American now. And you have to stand for America. So I said all that to say this is that when I look at this and I say they are a political force now, Ian.
Oh, hey.
They have changed the voting power and have almost, and well, they did. They negated our, cause see, we are $30 million. We are 30, I would say 25 to 28 million voting block, and they get 85% of our vote. When I say they, I'm talking about the Democrats. And that would usually carry them over. That's what carried President Obama over. Even though we only 14, 15% of the population. Now, what they call, they're not a monolithic, but still, they're 17% of the population. 17, 18%. That's the difference. Now, what our black leaders were trying to do, and probably rightfully so, but it didn't work, obviously. Didn't work the first time when Trump ran, and it didn't work the second time. They tried to unify the black and brown people together. Which would have been basically about 32, 33% of the voting bloc. Then you got another 40% of the white vote and others. But the bottom line is, it didn't work. The messaging didn't work. The unification didn't work. Bonding as far as trying to be so that our communities can be better and more funding can come to our communities and build up our communities, but it didn't work. When we had Joe Biden in office for 4 years, Joe Biden did everything he could to better this country and to galvanize black people. He did everything he could to galvanize Latino people. He put a lot of Latino people in major White House positions. And I'm trying to figure out, where did the Democrats go wrong? And I can tell you why. Money.
Mm-hmm.
When these billionaires and millionaires and what have you pay off these people, they will sell their soul, just like you got our black folks selling their soul for a few dollars and then dog the Democratic Party or a Democratic candidate. And that's what it was money.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are facing a devastation of the country because you wanted penny, nickels, and dimes. I'm looking on TikTok and Facebook and all that, and these people talking about, oh, I'm so sorry that I got paid for this and do this and do that to come against Kamala Harris and da 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 and all that. Don't nobody want to hear that because you wanted a couple of $100 a month or whatever you got, and you had these white folks doing the same thing, getting paid. So here we are now. What are we gonna do about it? That's the question. Because right now, I mean, they in total control. They got the White House, they got the Congress, and they got the Senate, and they got the military. What we gonna do about it? I don't know. I have no idea. And here we are, black folks. We know if we get out there in them streets, it's gonna be some heads knocking. So I don't know what we're gonna do about it. There's always hope. There's always, waiting till the next election and get a little power, maybe in Congress. But this right here, there's no guardrails, Ed. This man can do whatever the hell he wants. He can take the National Guards, who's supposed to be in charge as the governors, and have them walk in the street.
Mm-hmm.
They can bring thug like supposed to be law enforcement and treat people like shit, and nobody can do nothing about it. Not the police officers, nobody.
Well, yeah, in a way, but at least right now we're finding out and everything that the, the courts and stuff, some of the folks in the federal court system and everything have sort of restricted him from sending troops and stuff and everything into some of these, at least California right now. California did file file a lawsuit and everything. Federal judge told them that they couldn't do that in California. Now, they haven't said anything about the rest of the country and everything, but I know that Donald and stuff is going to stretch whatever he can as far as he can stretch it. Uh, that's why I
Did you hear
was.
what happened last night?
What's that?
1 o'clock in the morning, they raided a major apartment complex full of black people and Latino people. They came in with helicopters coming down like they was Operation Op, sending mini flash bombs, waking these people out and dragging these little babies out in the street. Women, a lot of them are naked, half naked, black people. And what they did was they separated the little children, Latino children, the mothers, and the males separated. and then they put all the black people by themselves. They had U-Haul bands and piled them all up in there. Over 300 people. They arrested 40 people, so they found 40 undocumented people or whatever. Can you imagine that waking you up at 1 o'clock in the morning, you in the bed sleep, your babies are laying in the sleep bed, and you thinking about going to work in the morning, and your kids going to school. This happened in Chicago, South Shore.
Right, right. This is how he is exercising his power, and he, like I said before, he takes it and he stretches it out as far as he can stretch it out. Now, the city of Chicago should be already in federal court right now, along with the governor and stuff in federal court and everything to stop him from coming in there and doing it, what he just did. Hopefully, they will pass out just like they did in California, tell him that he can't do it. But their court system is so damn slow, they're not going to do anything. But he does that. He's stretching this crap out. Why? Another thing. Why is he deciding to go into Portland? He already said, I'm going to Portland." But he takes himself and he wants to be a dictator. He wants to be a extreme ruler. And what he is doing and stuff is that he thinks that by doing what he is doing, that he is going to be able to scare people enough and everything that he will get another term. They're going to let him do what he wants to do. And he is stretching it out as far as he can stretch it, as far as he can stretch it. And the more and more that these courts and stuff allow him to do it, the more he's going to get out there and do what that he wants to do. And they can't stop him. Remember Germany, what they did, in Poland and all other countries. Went into these ghettos and stuff and everything, did the same thing they're doing now. People out of there, raid them out, and got them heck out of there and put them on whatever transport they wanted to put them on. But they did it in a lot larger, with a lot more people there. So he's taking these undocumented folks. And guess what? These people, the 40 some people or wherever he took out, they probably would never find them. Something's going to happen.
Well, all I know is that I know it's a whole lot of people that's angry right now. That's all I know. They got
Well,
a
they sent us your
lot of
boy.
angry.
They sent us your boy,
What do
P.
you get?
Diddy. P. Diddy,
What do you get?
4 years for each count.
Okay, that's all right. That's good.
Yep. He,
For
he
each count,
begged it.
that's
He
12
begged.
years.
Yeah, he begged the judge and stuff, and everything to be lenient on him. He did. They said he did, and he doing 4 years for each one of those counts that he
What,
got.
he had 3 counts?
4 years for each one of those counts that he
How
got
many counts he
convicted
had?
for. I think it's 3 or 4.
Okay.
So
So
he's
he'll
probably
be out
looking
in
at
eight.
12. He's looking at 12 years, and
He'll
a
be out
sentence.
in eight.
Nope, it's a federal crime.
Really?
Yep, federal crime. You got to serve all your time. State, you don't. Federal, you got to serve every bit of your time.
He might get a repeal.
All thing saving is old Donald parting his ass. But he did the federal anything they got to do in the federal prison, you're gonna have to serve. I think they said damn near 89 to 90% of your time. They don't cut no time back. You have to serve every bit of it
Well, I
with
don't
the
really
feds.
know about all of that and him. I really didn't keep up with
I
him
haven't
anyway.
either. I wish him well. Yes, he's destroyed his life and everything. I wish him well. And hey, whatever happened and stuff, he'll come back and everything, and hopefully he'll be okay. Something good. Do something good. Anyway, Ted, we at the end, brother. What's your final word?
Well, I just want to say this, that this money situation is serious, very serious. I just want to put this word out, and you folks that's out there, Bank International Settlement. Look that up. I'm gonna talk about it soon. I mean, I've been digging, and I'm telling you, these people are they some rough people, and they run the central banks around the world. And I'm telling you, there's gonna be a whole lot of changes coming. I don't know if we got the mental capacity to do it, but we'll see. We'll see.
My Wi-Fi over is just popped up on my screen. Here in Georgia, there's a governor's race coming up, and the Jeff Duncan, who was a Republican, matter of fact, he was the lieutenant governor a couple of years ago, is running to be the governor of the state of Georgia. Guess what he's running at? A Democrat.
Yeah, I saw.
You saw it? He's running as a
I'm not
Democrat.
impressed with him, but I saw.
I'm not either, but it's interesting that he decided to run as a Democrat. It's very interesting that he did that. I thought, oh, they say he's only got, well, these people popping up stuff and everything. They said that he's only going to be doing 4 years and 2 months, Combs. So for the Mann Act, I don't know what the heck that is, but I guess that's one of the things that he got convicted for. I don't know. Everybody's popping up what they said the sentence is going to be. I'll find out. Anyway, people, we at the end here. We have a very interesting show today. I hope you guys like it and come back and view us again and stuff and everything. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.